If you were sitting here with a girlfriend or your daughter, for example, what's the main bit of advice that you give them? What's that nugget of wisdom?
A nugget of wisdom for my daughter or any of her friends is that trust yourself as a woman, right?
Mm,
And that empower yourself as a woman as well. Two key things: empower yourself as a woman, but trust yourself as a woman too. Your instincts, we often, people poo-poo on our female instincts, but I tell you, it is what often guides us. We know when something's off. We also know within ourselves, or at least I learned that if I sat quiet enough, I would be able to pick up from my own instinct what was off within me
mm,
and where I needed to improve. Because it's very easy to get stubborn, right? And I am a stubborn woman. I'm also an impatient woman. I'll confess to that right off the bat, right? And so that's why I go to the quietness. I do meditation, if not meditation, mindfulness. I sit still. I love going out in nature. There's lots of answers in nature when it's still. You get your voice, that you feel it. Something feels off. I know I'm not operating at my best right now. I also know when others aren't operating at their best, right? So it's empowerment, it's trust, and then always lean into your empathy muscle. That's something that we should pride ourselves on, right? Empathy and compassion.
When you're talking empowerment, what would be your definition of that? Because it's interesting that you say that, because it's very much I have this intuition or I have this gut feeling, however you want to describe it. But then actually following through on that is a different step.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about in regards to empowerment?
Absolutely. So when the instinct or the intuition is leading you a certain way, I think you need to learn to trust your voice above all else, because the world will
Yeah.
always be ready to give you their opinion. Every which way, there'll be opinions coming to you, but and we all have that radar within ourselves where we know when something doesn't feel right. Now, I know I've been stubborn. I mean, when I look back on that relationship with my daughter's father, I knew that was not the right relationship for me, probably fairly early into the relationship. I would say probably the second year it was a 9-year relationship, but probably the second or third year I knew, but I was going to make it work if it killed me, right? That was my stubbornness, and it almost did kill me when I think about it, right? And so this is what I'm saying to young women, especially the young women I work with. I say to them, trust your own instinct, because you actually have a great radar. You know what feels right for you. Deep down we do. But we will often go to our girlfriends, or we will go to our parents, or we will go to whoever we go to, and we try to get them to validate what we already know.
I think there's something to be said about actioning things before you tell other people.
Yeah.
Like when you have that gut feeling, just roll with it rather than getting that. And there's enough noise in the world anyway,
Exactly.
right? With social media and TV and, all that sort of junk hitting us at 100 miles an hour. And then when we finally get that intuition able to break through, to ignore it and then ask someone that has their own opinions on things. Everyone's got an opinion, but it doesn't necessarily serve what's best for you. It's what's best in their opinion for you.
Yep.
And I think that's a hard thing to do, to not, because everyone wants that social acceptance, right? So let's check with them, my social circle first, to make sure they're going to accept my decision.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, I'm just going to act on this, and then if they really love me, then they'll accept it.
Yeah. And the thing is, most of our people and our social circle, most of them will do or offer their opinion based on concern. I don't think there are some people who are just mean-spirited. And if you're going for a goal that you're trying to succeed in and they have that envy thing, they're going to give you that negative opinion. They're going to try and dissuade you from something, right? But that's not most people. Most people want to see you thrive. They want to see you safe. They want to see you happy. And often they're going to base their input on that. But sometimes what is safe for my mother, for example, or my father might not necessarily be the safest thing for me. I mean, I'm going to be facing that dilemma. My daughter's wanting to go off to the UK. As a mother who loves her so much, I want to hold her close. But I also know that she's going to probably get her best growth flying out into the world and going to another country and figuring it out. Right? And so I'm encouraging her. I'm saying to her, I said to her, go. I said, I'm going to miss you, but go. Now's the time to do it.
Cutting those apron strings.
Yeah, go and do it. Go and flap your wings and see the world and see where you land in the world and what matters. I said, I am a WhatsApp call away. If you need my advice, if you need to talk to me, get on the WhatsApp. You can see me, whatever. We can talk. I said, I love traveling, you know that. I said, I'm on a plane if I want to come out and see you or whatever. But go and find yourself in the world. You know, you're not going to know until you fly away from the safe shores. You're not going to know what you're really made of. Because while you're in the safety haven of mummy and daddy and whoever, and grandpa and grandma, you know, there is that safety. You got to put yourself out there and actually go and see the world. I think traveling's a great thing.
Oh, 100%. And growth happens when you're outside of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's the empowerment part, is going to do it. Even if it's scary, do it anyway. That's the thing. It's an old saying. I don't know who wrote it. It's not mine, not my quote, but do it scared.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do it scared. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to have the courage to actually do it. And I think that is more than not getting bogged down by other people's opinions. So you just go ahead. And I think naivety is a wonderful thing to facilitate doing things.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at that time. I did all of that stuff scared. I was terrified. That wasn't supposed to happen to me. In my life, I was supposed to have a husband and a family and all of these things. That was the picture. That was the vision from whatever age. And then suddenly life is not turning up this way. And I was terrified many times in my life. But I was like, you know what? I just got to keep going forward. Just put one step in front of the other, and trust my own voice that was what I needed to do at the time.
Just do it scared.
Yeah, do it scared.
Love it. Love it.